Um, Hello. As you can see, I'm not like hiding everyone else. There was some behind the scenes life shenanigans that have happened. So it's just Natalia today. But that's okay. Let me just tell people we've gone live. Uh Come hang out. Woo, we're live, yay. Um, yes. Hello. It is I, Natalia, one quarter. Hello. Hello. Hello, Sky. Um, it's me. It's just me today. But we're gonna have a good time. It's gonna be fun because it's the what's coming up in May stream. And I've got my unsweetened jasmine iced tea here. It's just a vibe. I want to say, okay, earlier I had even put on really cute nails to like show off on the stream. They were very cute. And then I was making another set of nails and I wasn't wearing gloves, which was like, listen, that was my mistake. Okay. I full stop. That was my error. And I was using nail ink, which is like alcohol ink that's made for nails, and I spilled half a bottle of bright red ink all over myself and my desk. And so it basically stained and ruined the nails I was wearing. And has stained my cuticles, so it looks like there is something horribly wrong with me. But it's okay, it's fine. We're all having fun here. It's all good. So I took them off, and I just have crusty, sad nails. Yeah, Katie. It was. Listen, right after it happened, like when you do something really stupid, and then you just sit there staring at it, and you don't quite know how to react in that moment. I like snatched up the bottle so no more would fall out. And then I just stared at this, what looked like blood, just like all over my desk. And I just sat there like, oh no. And then my husband was like, why did you say, oh no? And I'm like, honey, there's been an event. There's been an incident. But anyway, it's fine. So it's just me tonight. A few things about tonight's stream. One, obviously, I am alone, so it is just me. So it's gonna be what it is. Secondly, no one has proofread this PowerPoint I've made. Um, so it's all me from any mistake. We're all gonna just vibe together and pretend it's not happening. Do you know what I mean? Like it's just gonna be, we're just gonna have a good time and laugh at Natalia. Uh, it's fine. It's fine. Okay, let's just like, yeah, that's right. It's right. It's all good. It's all good. So we did. Oh, I spilled coffee today. Came. Oh no, I'm wearing like light pink sweatpants, and let me tell you, I was very happy. Do I like that? But yeah, I like that better. I was very happy that it did not like it like got caught. Like I have like a silicone mat on my desk, and it's like the edge of it like was like making a tensile like strength to hold it in until I managed to like put paper towel on it. Disaster. Us and liquids, a disaster story. So anyway, it's just me. So we're gonna have a lot of fun together and talk about what's coming up in May. On the plus side, we won't have the struggle that we have every month where we forget whose turn it is, because guess what? It'll always be old Natalia's turn. So okay, so yeah, so if I forgot a show or a comeback, it's not on purpose. If you see a typo, shh. If you see a typo, uh, did you? You Anyway, let's get it going. So first up, as always, we start with the dramas. We have two little things down here. These are to look for. If you see the little clapboard, that means what we're talking about is a movie. And if you see the rainbow, that means it's specifically the plot line, the main plot line is gay. Yeah, it's Flair. That's right. Our Flair legend. Okay. All right. So we do have some stuff that did come out previously that Netflix has just put forth. So starting on May 1st, please help. May 1st. A Korean movie, Past Lives, is a 2023 movie about childhood friends reuniting in adulthood after one of them emigrated as a child. Is coming to Netflix. There's that handsome fella that everyone loves who speaks English, Korean, and German. Good times. I don't remember names. We all know this. This is a constant thing. Very excited for May 1st. You can check that out on the Netflix if you so desire. Next up, also coming to Netflix. I'm actually pretty excited about this one because when it came out last year, they didn't like when we had it on the stream last year when it was like coming out to theaters. I was like, oh, that looks fun. So it's called The Cliche, coming on May 1st, also on Netflix. It's a 2024 movie about an actor who is forced to be in a licorne that starts infecting his real life. That's fun. It looks ridiculous. I'll probably check it out. It looks fun. Also, the 2021 J drama Why I Dress Up for Love, which I think it's one of Jesse's favorite dramas, actually. It follows a woman who moves into a house share with various housemates, falling for one of them despite wildly different personalities. So Netflix has picked that up. I think it's been on. Yeah. I think Jesse really likes this one. She mentions it on her like ones that she recommends to people too. So that's coming. I really enjoyed it as well. So I think this is fun. I think it was on Viki for a while, but I guess it's maybe gone. I don't know. I didn't double check, but it's coming to Netflix on the 1st. So that'll be fun for people who have never seen it. Boop. Also, Megami Korin After as a movie. It is part 2 of a 2-part film adaptation of True Beauty. I think it's coming to theaters then, so it'll probably be a little while before it filters down to the rest of us. It does have this third fella here. Every time I see him in a show, I love his character, so I'm probably gonna see if I can look him up. He was in My Happy Marriage, the live action, and he was also in the Full Metal Alchemist live action trilogy, which is really good, y'all. I'm a big fan of the Full Metal Alchemist live action trilogy. Okay, next up, we have a Chinese movie called The One. It follows a teen girl who is a coda, the only hearing person in her deaf family. It's a child of deaf adults, is what coda means. It looks sad movie. I don't know where this one will show up, but usually like WeTV or like iQIYI, these usually kind of end up there. Also, I do believe this one is on WeTV, if I'm not mistaken. This is what happens when I'm the only one here, is that Sky usually has all of this information. Yeah, this is a 10 cents. This would be WeTV. It's called The Truth. It's season 3 of a variety RPG style escape room type show. And participants have to figure out the truth of the mystery location that they're stuck at. Apparently this season has like a futuristic, it looks kind of maybe like an alien sort of plot line to it. I don't know. It just seems interesting. The variety show, it does always look kind of fun. It sort of reminds me of like a Busted or like a Devil's Game type situation, like where everyone's sort of playing a character, the RPG style. All right. Now let's get into it. All right. Pit Babe season 2. Pit Babe season 2, my friends. May 2nd. Season 2. The villain of season 1 returns from the dead. That's not like a spoiler. That was in like the basic synopsis. in season 2, putting our intrepid, superpowered car racing heroes in peril once more. I don't know if any of y'all watched the preview that dropped for this last week. It looks fucking unhinged, which is exactly what we want for a season 2 of Pit Babe. There was like talk that maybe they removed the Omegaverse elements, but the preview, they were still calling each other mom and dad in it. So like, I don't know if the show got the memo that the author decided that they were, what did she say? She said that like it was like the Omegaverse was incompatible with her beliefs. And I'm like, all right, so you're cool with, you know, all the gay shit, but the Alpha and Omega was, you had to stop. That was too much for you after you wrote it, I guess. But anyway, I'm pretty pumped for this. It looks crazy. Now you're saying, does it look good? I said it looks crazy, and that's all that matters in terms of Pit Babe. So you guys have a few days to watch all of Pit Babe season 1 before Pit Babe season 2. Oh, yeah, absolutely. She made her money, so now suddenly she has a but I don't understand, like, listen, what I don't understand about this, like, value change is, like, what value is, like, that, like, what is your, like, value that suddenly you're like, oh, you know what? The Omegaverse is just morally too far for me. Like, no. Pregnant men can't do it. We're done. I've done too much. I've polluted the world. Like, get out of it. Well, like, okay, when you put the plot like that, yeah, but like Pit Babe season 1 was also kind of like an 80s Saturday morning cartoon, but with like a lot of gay sex in it. So like, you know. But yeah, so you have a few days to watch Pit Babe season 1 to get up to speed for season 2. More cars, more racing, people back from the dead, naked Pavel. It's got it all, frankly. The show is doing it. This is I don't think this one's for the children, Nicole. I don't think this one's for the children somehow. Like, listen, when I was a teenager, I would have fucking loved this show. But I'm now a woman in my late 30s, and I also love this show. We're gonna have to watch to find out if one of them has a twin, like, or what's going on with that. Listen, the trailer is crazy. And it's gonna be a very exciting weekend for Natalia, okay? Because on May 2nd, we've also got this Japanese show starting called Ballet Danshi. A ballerino known for his love of the dance shocks his fellow dancers by announcing he'll be quitting ballet by the end of the year. It's apparently a comedy. So that sounds fun. Take a look up. This one, though, like, listen, with all J-dramas, it's like, when will we see it? Maybe never. Who knows? But, like, we put them up here with the hope that some of these will come to fruition. Also, this is very fun. I feel like this used to be on Netflix, but Train to Busan's coming back to Netflix on May 2nd. It's a 2016 Zombies on a Train film. Love this movie. Coming back to Netflix. And of course, its sequel, Peninsula, also coming back to Netflix on the same day. It felt like deja vu. Yeah, I feel like these were on Netflix for a while, and they're now back on Netflix. So yeah, this one follows a soldier who returns to Korea after it was ravaged by the undead, and shockingly discovers that people did survive zombies. Good fun. Then we go to May 3rd, where we've got a new Thai Lakorn-style drama called The Idol Game, which follows a family whose fortune is tied in the cosmetic surgery business finds themselves at odds with each other, as well as a programmer investigating a cybercrime leading back to their business empire. Ooh, corporate shenanigans. Oh, that's a pretty classic, setup. Boop. And okay. Because May 3rd, finally it's happening for me, guys. You know what? I've really needed this. I needed this. The next Prince is finally coming out. Anyone who knows me personally knows that I have been following the production of this drama passionately since it was Sky. You don't even know. Okay? This is what is getting me through this week. All right? Is the knowledge that on Saturday, I get to watch this as many times as I want to. Okay? I'm so pumped about the next Prince. I think I put on Blue Sky, it was like, I apologize for the person who I'm going to become on May 3rd. And then I have, the question, people was like, oh, but what if it isn't good? I don't need it to be good. I don't need this to be good, okay? I just need it to exist for me, all right? I need this. I need this in my life. Basically, the plot is a young fencer discovers he's a prince of a foreign monarchy. His royal bodyguard arrives to take him back to his home country where he has to compete in a fencing tournament to become the next prince on the throne. But oh no! His royal guard is really hot and he is really gay. Listen. And also every single person who's also competing for the throne are also incredibly gay and also have their own shit happening. And Jimmy's back. I'm so excited. I watched they put out like a episode 0 that you can watch. I think it's on YouTube and it might even be on iQIYI because this is going to be on iQIYI. That like was basically the director and like people who are like part of the show just talking about like the making of this show. This director is so proud of his work, y'all. So like just important for that. He was like, we built everything. We didn't use any AI. We went on location. He's like, it was so expensive to make, but we wanted it to be perfect. These costumes, like we have professional designers. We hired an orchestra. Like we didn't do like to like do the soundtrack. I'm like, okay, y'all, we gotta just like buckle in, even if it's not that great, and just like support. Oh, Jimmy returned? Oh, Jimmy returned in a big way. He's the villain. He returned as the villain, Katie. So anyway, I'm very pumped. I'm very excited. I don't know if you can tell. I could go on about the next Prince for the next hour, but like, yeah, support them. Also, the documentary is really funny in this way that I always find really amusing about like behind the scenes documentaries on shows, especially ones that are a lot of like, costumery and like, elaborate sets and stuff. It's because you'll have all these actors in these elaborate, beautiful costumes, and then they'll just be like a dude in flip-flops, like holding like a light or something. And you're just like, yes, this dude, yes, I love this energy. Yeah, it looks good. Anyway, it looks incredible. Especially if I have no expectations of quality. I'm just here to vibe, and if it's good, what a lovely treat for me, But listen, I'm the world's biggest Xenu appreciator, so like frankly, doesn't need to be good. I just need them to be involved. But let's move on. Okay, we have a Taiwanese time travel isekai called Love Leads to Success starting on May 4th. Following a man in his 40s whose entire life has fallen apart, is sent back to 1989 with the opportunity to change all the events that led to the downfall of him and his family. That sounds like a lot of the vertical dramas I do be watching these days. A lot of that plot. Very popular, the Reborn plot. Good times. This one looks fun. We got another time travel situation. Rokugatsu no Time Machine coming out on May 4th. This one I hope gets picked up because it looks really interesting. Let me just check to see if it was. Sky makes these lists for me, and she always does put if they've been picked up by someone. But no, this one hasn't yet. So this one follows like a dude who meets up with all his friends. It looks very twisty. And informs them that he is from the future, that he has a time machine and has come to the past, and they have to work together to prevent the death of one of their friends. And then they're also being sent back and forth through time. It looks crazy. It looks fun. So I hope like it gets picked up somewhere because this like looks really interesting. I love time travel. Okay. Speaking of, The Devil's Plan Death Room is on May 6th. This is season 2 of the escape room style variety show, The Devil's Plan. This is a Netflix produced show. I haven't yet seen the first season, but I've heard people really like it. So I always keep meaning to check it out. And then I just get distracted and I don't, these things happen. These things happen. But yeah, season 2 is coming out on May 6th on Netflix. Boop. Also on May 6th, Spring of Youth. It's a Korean drama which follows a K-pop idol who's forced to attend university where he meets and forms a band with his fellow students. That sounds fun. That sounds real, like, good, youthful, chill vibe, if that's what you're looking for, Good times. We also got a movie coming out on the 7th. Oh, that's right. Yes, sorry. I meant to. Right. Lee Sung-hyun's in this. We do be loving him. But you know who else we do be loving? Bae-doona, who stars in this movie called Virus, which when I saw the title and then I looked it up, was not expecting this to be the poster or the plot. So a man and a woman fall in love while trying to find a cure for a virus that kills anyone who doesn't fall in love in 5 days. This looks curious. The cast is pretty wild. We'll see. I feel like it's going to be one of those like sort of like offbeat comedies, Title really led me to. They had me in the first half with that title. Not gonna lie. Boop. Oh yes, and it is a Sensei reunion. That's correct. Tone wise, curious. Next up, we have Beyond Cloud decided to make a raunchy rom-com for I can't tell you why, but they did, and it's called Jet Lag, and it's a sitcom following flight attendants at a dysfunctional airline. I watched the preview. I'm not sure if the humor of this one is for me, but I'll check it out. I'll check out anything. But it looks pretty like raunch humor, which isn't like really my main enjoyment humor wise. But I do like Miles, so and Bible's in it, and oh god, I love Bible. So I'll listen. I'll check it out, I'm not sure if this one's gonna hit. The preview was something. Something is all I gotta say. Well, we have a Indonesian horror movie. I believe it's coming to Netflix. Yes, Netflix on May 8th. The Haunted Apartment Miss K, where new building supervisors encounter horrible demonic entities in the new building they're taking care of. Ooh. The poster is crazy. It looks like something. This truly does look like something. creepy. Yeah, it's a pretty scary poster, right? Like, it's a very unsettling poster for this one. Unlike this one, Taion Danchi ni Nat Sukaramashita. It an office romance set between a tsundere engineer and his warm and friendly coworker. Now listen, you do know how much I do love a good tsundere simp. I do indeed, and I love that energy. Yeah, Sayla. Like, literally, I'm just like, okay, Vicky, chop chop. Pick this shit up. Pick it up. Pick it up right now. We'll watch it. Listen, I know the people at Vicky, they're like, ooh, there's another like teacher-student romance that we could pick. No, stop it. Put that aside. Pick up stuff like this. This is what the people want. Okay? This is what the people desire. Is in J dramas. Is this delight, and also the most unhinged shit the unhinged BLs you've ever seen. That's what the people want. Okay, I'm just listen. I'm just telling the truth here. You know. Next up, we got I think this one's on Netflix. It is indeed. Kang Hanol, Gomen C. Listen, those two alone, I was like, all right, I don't care what it's about. I'm gonna watch. Tastefully Yours, a Korean romance. Look at me, romance drama about a food company heir who meets a countryside chef who runs a tiny one-table restaurant, and then I'm sure they're gonna hate each other, but then they're gonna like each other. Listen, the classics are a classic for a reason. Kang Han-no looks handsome as always. Gomen C is just gorgeous. I'm sure the chemistry is going to be great. I'm excited. I'm going to check it out. He picks the most varied projects. You know what I mean? He's just like, yeah, I'll make whatever. Don't worry about it. I'm just here to work. Good for him. Next up, we got another Korean Ramekame. Second Shot at Love, coming out on May 12th. I think this one's probably going to be Vicky. This just feels like a Vicky pickup. A woman discovers she's becoming an alcoholic and decides to get sober. She then meets an old friend who seemed hostile to the fact that she's an alcoholic, despite him having been super kind in his youth. And she decides to find out what happened to him to make him this way. I see that perhaps the binge drinking culture is being addressed a little. Interesting. Hopefully it's done in a not awful way. But we'll see. We'll see when this comes out on May 12th. You know, like sometimes it is, and sometimes it really isn't. So we shall see. Yeah. Hopefully it'll be not horrific. You know, like sometimes it's. All right, let me take a little sip. My delicious jasmine iced tea, not sponsored. Imagine if for some reason I had like an Ito N sponsorship. That would be so bizarre. Noonas on our live stream, the thing that is not where people listen to us. This is just the fun thing that we do for like, you know, the 20 people who enjoy this. Next I got a Taiwanese medical drama called Father Dean, coming out May 12th. It's a medical drama following a hospital director and his medical team. It seems like it's going to be like, yeah, doctors are heroes. That's the vibe that I'm getting from this one. With the Taiwanese ones, you never know where they're going to show up. You never know. Always a bit of a mystery. We'll see. Boop. We've got a rare Canadian entry on the list this month called Bet. May 15th, and you're wondering, why is there a Canadian show here? It's because it's an adaptation of the anime Kakaguri, where a transfer student upends a private academy she attends with gambling. Fun. So that's going to be on Netflix. That's a little Netflix one Good times. Good times. Boop. This one I'm pretty excited about. Shark 2: The Storm. On May 15th. It's a sequel to the 2021 film, which follows a teen sent to jail who becomes a mixed martial arts champion. And the sequel's basically going to follow after he gets out of prison. Because he has a pretty rough time in prison if you've seen the movie. But I just find it so interesting they're making like a television show sequel to a movie. But the movie was very popular, so I get why. And also, like, he's bad in the military, so he's gotta get work. Boop. I know Sky's pretty pumped about this one, Dear Hongrang. On May 16th, a new Netflix saguk following the return of a lost son of a rich family causes chaos as he tries to remember his childhood and protect his abused stepsister. It says stepsister, but it also says half sister in some synopses. But it also hints that there's like a romance. So I'm really hoping it's a stepsister because I can't listen. I know history was incestuously hog wild, but like we can like gloss over that. Yeah, I don't know what the romance situation is. Like, listen, history was crazy. All right. Wild shit went down. Okay. We're gonna hope. Yeah, the Catholic costumes look incredible. Like, we're gonna hope. Okay, we're gonna hope that this is just a unrelated familial situation, blended family situation. I can't deal with that right now. All right, I don't have time to unpack all of that. What we're gonna find out on the 16th how these two leads are related. Yeah, like, is it a brother or is it a brother? Like, these are important things to figure out. We're gonna find out on May 16th, that's for sure. Also on May 16th, we got a really interesting sounding Korean movie coming out called Midnight Sun. And it's, for some reason, has May 16th release internationally, but May 28th release in Korea. So I wonder, is this like a festival situation? I don't know. So it's a teen with a deadly sun allergy turns to playing the guitar on the street after dark to meet people, but falls for a young man who she tries to hide her condition from. It sounds really interesting. That's a real thing for anyone not familiar. Like, you can have a horrible sun reaction. Yeah, it's a remake. Yeah, okay. Anyway, I'm really interested to see it. Hopefully it'll show up somewhere that we can. Boop. On May 15th, we have a Saint is back with a new BL. He did a few non-BLs, but then he was like, gotta go back to my roots. With My Sweetheart Jom, coming out on the 16th from Thailand. After getting mixed up with the mafioso, a young man gets sent to the countryside to hide out, meeting the young village head, who is hot. Oh no. Woo, hot young village head. Woo. I'm actually like pretty pumped about this because I think Saint really puts his whole saintussy into making every BL he ever makes. Like, so like, even if the writing is he's like, no, I'm gonna have chemistry with anyone. Yeah. Oh no. He truly, but you know what I love about Saint is he refuses to be put in like an official ship. He's like, I've like just chemistryed all over the place with every man on this show. And now I'm just going to leave and do something else. And I refuse to be part of the ship. You can't make me. I'm not doing it. You know what? I respect the hustle. So I'm pretty excited to see this. I think it'll be cute. I think it's going to be on YouTube. That's where these usually end up. We have a really interesting looking like fantasy J-drama coming out called I Kill. On May 18th, where a retired ninja is living with her adopted sister and ventures to another village to find medicine for her, only to find out the countryside has been overrun by monsters. And then she meets and teams up with a half human, half monster hybrid. That sounds fun. That sounds fun. I imagine very bloody. Because, you know, she's going to be slashing up monsters. But, like, this is a pretty classic setup, right? Like, I think it's going to be fun. I hope that it shows up somewhere. Yeah, it sounds really neat, right? It sounds like, you know, like, yeah, it sounds cool. We've got a daily drama starting on May 19th, a Korean daily drama, The Woman Who Swallowed the Sun. It's a daily drama following a single mother who runs a snack bar and gets tangled up with a chaebol family. Since this is a daily drama, it is like 120 episodes, half-an-hour episodes. There will probably be revenge. There will probably be terrible rich people. There will probably be a horrible mother-in-law who just does unbelievably awful things and then somehow gets redeemed. Somehow. Now, I know this is about the Japanese one, but, like, there will be probably just horribly monstrous villains in this one as well. Hey-oh. And it's NBC, so I think it's probably going to be a Kokowa, which is basically the place to go for, you know, daily dramas. If you really want to start, like, a good old Korean soap opera, that's the daily drama is the place to go. It's the place to go. On Disney Plus, we've got 9 Puzzles, a crime drama coming out on May 21st. It's Korean. After being the sole witness to her uncle's murder, a woman finds herself being the main suspect. And a decade later, she's become a criminal profiler, and a case forces her to work with the man who first suspected her. Ooh, this looks pretty good. This looks pretty good. I feel like Disney Plus has been putting out some like really excellent K-dramas, which mere 2 years ago, I would have never thought that Disney would be getting into the game. But listen, who doesn't like money? You know? It looks pretty crazy. It looks pretty intense. So it's pretty exciting. On the 23rd in Taiwan, we've got a drama called Forget You Not, which is it's going to be on Netflix. This one will be easy to find. So comedian / part-time convenience store employee struggles with marital difficulties and issues with her father, and so decides to go on a journey to work on herself. This feels like a real, like, you know, like self-discovery, becoming who you truly mean to be, you know, figuring yourself out so that you can relate to other people's better healing sort of drama situation. Which a lot of people really, it's not really like my sort of thing, but like a lot of people enjoy that. And hey, Taiwan does good ones. So that'll be coming out on the 23rd. Okay, this one I was like, really? Thus spoke Kishibe Rohan at a confessional. So a mangaka wants to give his work more realism and thus travels around using his magical power to embody a person and learn their entire lives as well as alter their memories. This is the original manga this is based on is a spin-off of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. So if you're at all familiar with JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, you'll know why I'm like, really? Really? So basically his stand power is that he can like immediately embody a person and learn everything about them and then alter their memories and actions. I have zero idea how they're going to pull this off. Literally none. Very excited to see if we ever get to, you know, if we ever find a English subbed version of this film to find out how they do it. I know, you know, like Nathan Yaffe of Drawfee is probably going to be very excited about this. The costume, yeah, the costumes do look really neat. like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is really fun. Like it's really interesting, and the art of the original and like the anime stuff is great, but like it is weird. Like the Bizarre Adventure, it's a bizarre adventure, that's for sure. On the 24th, this one looks good. Okay, Our Unwritten Soul on May 24th. Two twin sisters with completely opposite personalities decide to switch lives, getting tangled up with a lawyer. Yeah, I'm very excited about this one. It has Park Young as the twins and Park Jin Young as the lawyer. How exciting! Nom 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 nom. That's exactly correct, Sky. Feed it to me. I will eat it. Delicious. Good soup. Good soup. Yeah. Just like, listen, Park Bo Young and Park Jin Young. Say less. Say less. I'm there. I'm already there. You know. I just realized, I forgot to put up. I forgot to put up the thing at the bottom. We're talking about for May. Sorry, we're like almost done, and I forgot to put this up. Now people will know at 41 minutes into the stream what we're doing on the stream. This is what happens when I'm left to my own devices. All right. Let me put back where we were going. Boop, 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 boop. All right. Next up, we got a variety show on the 27th, World of Street Woman Fighter, a woman's dance theme survival competition show. Yeah, I know. Listen. Yeah, Street Dance Fighter was like the male versions. This is lady dancers. So if you're into this sort of show, look out for this one. Next one is a Netflix variety show that I'm just like, okay. Better Late Than Single, 27th. Lifelong singles get makeovers and dating help in a variety show. You know, if you're into this sort of thing, I think this will be another, because Netflix has quite a few of these Korean variety shows. They're not really my jam, but like a lot of people like them, and that's totally cool. This might be another one you might like. Yeah, this one though, it's like this one, it really strikes me. The title is very bad. And because the title is very bad, it sort of strikes me as like a bit of like a government propaganda edge to try to convince people to get married and have children. You know what I mean? Where it's like, nah, you gotta fix your actual societal issues if you want people to be doing that. You know what I mean? Like, just saying, hey, do it. It's not gonna fix the terrible gender and economic issues that has forced people to not want to do it anymore. But what do I know? You know? What do I know? We have another Indonesian series, Lasman Bubroto, the series. A man hoping to prove himself at his family's guest house accidentally falls for a married guest. I do believe this is a Netflix situation as well. And I think it's like a sequel to a movie, maybe? It was very unclear. Half the synopsis was not translated properly. But, you know, I have yet to, like, watch an Indonesian series. But, like, I spelled Indonesia wrong. Typo. Okay, listen. As I said at the beginning of this stream, this is today, it's incredible we've gotten this long and this being the first bad one. Is all I have to say. That's a typo. It's Indonesia. The little mix around there. But yeah, I've yet to check one out, but I should check them out. You know? We should check them out. Expand our horizons. And Netflix seems to be picking up quite a few Indonesian things, so might be a good opportunity. Oh My Ghost Clients on May 30th. It's a Korean drama. A labor lawyer is plagued by the ability to see ghosts and uses his legal knowledge to help them with their labor issues. He's controlled by his sister-in-law and meets with a young content creator who wants to make it big by making popular ghost content. Now, this one made me laugh because the official, like, translation mentioned that he like goes home from like meeting ghosts and cries and eats mustard, and I'm like, how big of a plot point is this eating mustard situation? There's a lot going on in this. I think it's gonna be fun. Like, he's always fun. It has N in it. He's always fun. Not N. What am I talking about? Takion. Anyway. And the title has a mustard color. Yeah, what's up with them? I'm actually so intrigued by the mustard. The fact that the mustard was mentioned in the official synopsis makes me believe this mustard situation it has a lot going on. I'm excited. The dude, my brain is like not giving me correct names, but he's from VIX, the actor. You know him. Now I gotta look up his name, okay? I'm just listen. It's gonna bother me if I don't look up the name. Give me the name. Cha Hak-yeon. And I was just gonna go in to remember what his stage name was, but MDL just threw up an error. N. I think his stage name was N. Thank you. I knew it was like a one-letter name. I think I was actually correct the whole time. Classic Natalia. We have an animated film, but it's an animated for adults film, not an animated adult film. But it's an animated film for adults called Lost in Starlight. Okay. Yeah, Sky's pretty pumped for this one. An animated film following a love story between an astronaut and a musician. So that's very exciting. It looks really cute. It looks really nice. And then we've got, I'm pretty pumped about this one, even though ACAB, for sure ACAB. I do love a good cop show, and I do love a good Park Bo-gum show. So, professional athletes decide to become police officers through a Special Olympic athlete special recruitment, using their athletic skills to deal with violent crimes. Now, I really loved Officer Black Belt, and this kind of looks like a somewhat less comedic version of that. So I'm like kind of really pumped for this one. This is another Disney Plus one. I'm telling you, Disney Plus is like, I don't know why they're like, let's just throw money into like prestige K-dramas, but I'm okay with that. It's better than putting their money towards prestige fascism, I suppose. All right. And then finally, yeah, you're down for it. It's down for it. Now, the description for this, I just need to let people know. I went to the annals of translating to find the most vague of synopses for this one. And I don't know if what came back is remotely accurate. But from what I can gather, this is what this show is about. Befriend comes out on May 31st. It is a Thai show. It is a queer show, but I think more in a bisexual sort of way rather than a straight BL or GL, which is fun. I'm cool with that. Yes. Listen, finding out what this show is about, and this might not even be what this show is about, okay? Like, this is what I think from a questionable multi-translations that this show is about. A woman with memory issues is being taken care of by a doctor who gave up his dream of being an artist to find a cure for her. And then he takes her to the countryside for treatment, where they meet the lady owner of a resort where they're staying at. And then the three of them, I think, begin a complicated throuple situation. That is as best as I could figure out. Every month there's always one drama that has absolute, like, that they give, MDL gives you nothing. Okay? And then you have to like really go on an adventure to try to like find out. I too thought it was going to be something of that, but from what, and it might be, this is the thing, this is me attempting to figure out what this is about. It's so vague, all right? So this might be what this is about, but this might not be what this is about. It is based on a novel, so my synopsis was I attempted to go to like the novel sales page, which is completely in Thai, and then translate the synopsis. But the synopsis wasn't like a synopsis; it was like an excerpt for like part of it. So I was like, okay, that's like somewhat helpful, but not super helpful. And then I like went to like several other ones. Listen, so this is as best as I can figure out. This is what this show is about. I cannot assure you that is the case, though. And now we move on to K-pop. There. I remembered to put on the scroll. Professional streamer. Okay. So we got K-pop comebacks. As always, a little preface. This might not be every K-pop comeback. I did my best. And from what information I had. So if I missed something, it's not personal. It was just, I am a fallible human who just can only do what a little Google search gives me. All right. So everyone's cool if I missed your group, not on purpose. We're just, you can tell me in the comments. It's fine. All right, on May 1st, we got Trends, and we've got Hanum, a soloist. So they're both having a little comeback. Let's see who's next. KJRGL. They're a J-pop group, so it's a Japanese comeback. And apparently TXT has a comeback. I thought they were on like a hiatus for a little while, but I guess they have a comeback. So it's, good for them. I like a good TXT moment. Tableau and RM on May 2nd have a single coming out, a collab between the two of them. So I imagine that will dominate the airwaves for a while. TXT is a single. All right, so they're doing a little single comeback. I imagine this will probably dominate for a while. People do be enjoying the two of them. The girl group, I assume it's just 5. I assume that that's how you read their name is 5. Yet again, another group that decided to make the number of initial members the name of the group, which has never gone wrong. They're having a comeback on May 5th. And Chen Li from NCT Dream is having a comeback on May 5th. And this is a Chinese comeback. I meant to make a little Chinese flag, but I forgot. Next time. I'll get them next time. Boop. So Epix X Joan has a collab with Joan coming out on May 6th. And Elast has a comeback on May 7th, which I'm really happy with. I feel like they haven't had a comeback in a while. So good for them. Good for them. Boop. DX Teen. Who knows? They're coming back on May 7th. And Zion from Noonas is coming back on May 6th as a solo. That's fun. And of course, Day 6, coming back May 7th. I really appreciate them for taking this one vertical image that I can now use forever when I give them their own page. So, thank you, Day 6. So I think we all sort of suspected this was coming due to like the whole concert situation. So yeah, woot woot indeed. And they're always great. They're always great. P1 Harmony, May 8th. Really pumped about that one. Love their comebacks. A Bloom, May 9th. I really love the haunted Victorian doll energy of this photo. That was like the first official photo I found when searching for them. I'm very unfamiliar with A Bloom's whole deal. but I just loved the haunted Victorian energy of this image. So hopefully their music has haunted Victorian energy. I don't know. I hope so. We need a little bit of that, a little creepy girl group action. You know, good times. Meow VV, Meow. I think it's Meow, but it's Meow VV. They have a comeback on May 12th. I like their stuff. And then Triple S, biggest K-pop girl group, number wise. 24 members coming back on May 12th. That's a lot of members. It's a lot of members, right? Like we all thought 17 had a lot of members, but nah. Triple S really pushing the boundaries. Boop. Boy Next Door, May 13th. And then our good, it's a lot of folks. That's a lot of folks. That's for Triple S, that's a lot of folks. And our good boy, Yuta has a Japanese comeback on May 14th. His last one was killer. So I'm pretty pumped about this one. Like, it's gonna be, it's gonna be, it's gonna be hog wild, okay? Because that's just him as a person, right? It's gonna be unbelievable. Twice, May 14th. This is also their only vertical image that I can never find to fit on this page. May 14th, Twice has a Japanese solo single coming out. Not solo, it's single. I'm excited. I love Twice. I love Twice. That's all I gotta say. Boop. Jin from BTS has something coming out on the 16th. I meant to use one of the official photos that they put out. The real like lesbian core photos that he made, but I just like couldn't find them this morning. So I just picked this one where he looks nice. Lim Sejun of Victon has a solo coming out on the 14th as well. Our good boy J-Chan from TKZ has a solo coming out on May 16th. Very excited. And Rise is coming back on May 19th. Yes, that's right. Excitement. J-Chan, woo. And of course, our boy Baekhyun just announced a tour. Not coming to Canada, of course, but what are you going to do? On May 19th has us come back as well. Very excited. Boop. Is Sue? Yeah. Goodbye, Money. Goodbye. It's been nice knowing you, Money. But Baekhyun's coming back. So, Issue has one coming out on the 21st. And Xin. Anyway, they're going to come back on May 21st. And our boy 17 right here, coming back on the 26th as well. So really, Katie, our wallets in danger. This month said goodbye, Money. You don't need it. Goodbye, Money. We've had fun. It's been fun knowing you, Money, but goodbye. And then I do believe this is the last slide, but finally we have a Japanese thing for 10 on the 28th, and a debut group right at the end of the month, Kiras. There's not even a group photo of them yet, so this was the only group photo that existed. They're coming out on the 29th, and that's it. That was it. That was everything. Listen, 10, he said, I'm an NCT member who doesn't have to go to the military. Let me keep everyone tided over, So that's basically what we've been up to. That's what we're gonna be looking forward to for next month. Thank you for really putting up with this bizarre solo stream that I did today. Hopefully it was somewhat entertaining for y'all. We got a new episode coming out on Monday. We just had an episode come out that was really fun. Pentagon. Okay, Japanese release May 14th. See, I knew I would have missed a few. I always do. Listen, it's like, now wait. Thank you, Sky. Now I'm like, you know what? No, I know it's an NCT. Okay, so thank you for hanging out with me. We had an episode just come out, a what we're watching episode. That was just Amanda and I. Next week we got an episode coming out. Yeah, we don't have any live streams like scheduled yet because this month is like kind of a weird month. People are away a lot this month on the Noonas, so like I don't know what the live stream situation is gonna be this month, but like I will let you all know when I know because I don't know yet. But anyway, hope you had a great time hanging out with us. And yeah, I made the list like 2 days ago, so it's probably why I missed the Pentagon Yuto release. My bad. But yeah, so anyway, thank you for hanging out with us. I will be back. Well, we, including just me, will be back soon. Anyway, thanks for, we'll see you later. I hope you had a good time. So anyway, stay frosty and hopefully you'll enjoy some new good times with the shows and the comebacks coming next month. So I'm sure you'll hear about some of them on episodes coming up. All right, bye.